This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian. Mission 250.
Guys, it's been 6 years since we recorded the Deadpool 2 episode. Can you believe that? 2018.
Wow.
6 years have passed. Yeah, I was thinking about it when I posted the second one. It was like a repost last week. I was like, God damn it. Imagine, like, just think about all the shit that happened since we recorded that episode. It's been a lot of shit. Yeah. I think I was still on the East Coast. I might not have even been married yet.
Wow.
Let alone on the West Coast with a kid after a pandemic. All that shit. Anyway, let's not dwell on the past.
That's wild.
Let's look to the future. And the future is looking bright, guys. Deadpool's reaching $1 billion probably tomorrow.
It's
doing well.
It's ranked number 248, so it's probably going to be off the top 250 list, but it's on it currently.
Second highest grossing film of the year.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not kidding at all. This movie is freaking doing gangbusters. It is,
wow.
And
there were two other people in the theater last night with me.
Only two people. TC, how many people were in the theater with you?
That's like that's like
pretty empty.
Really?
Infinitely more than none.
That's true. I went last Monday, and in Oakland, the theater was half full at 8:30 on a Sunday night.
Right,
which is like
that's not bad.
Wow.
Yeah,
kind of out there. All right, so we're watching Deadpool Wolverine, made this year. This was directed by everyone's favorite director. Everyone knows this guy. I'm stalling because I'm scrolling up to his name. Shawn Levy, that's his name. And we're going to do a quick 20-second spoiler-free review round robin thing as we typically do these days before we get into spoilers, because
thanks to TC,
there'll be some spoilers in this one for sure.
That's right.
All right, John, you're up first, buddy.
What?
Okay, ready, John?
No, but whatever.
He's
Let's
about
go.
to be.
Okay.
Go.
All right, we got dance fights. We've got just a lot of fun. This movie does not take itself seriously in any way whatsoever, and the way it pokes fun at the studios and the franchises is a sight to behold. And also, there's a deep love of the comics and the comic characters in it. It was fun.
And the music plays them off. Yeah. Oh, it sounds like you're going negative, TC, but yes, you can.
Yeah.
Go for it.
This movie was a waste of time. I can't stand the fucking studio circle jerk making fun of each other and bullshit. I hated it.
Really?
And on top of it, the story was kind of stupid. And the fight scenes were good, I guess. But Wesley Snipes is the best part. So that's
just because you love
have to
Wesley
say.
Snipes.
Not even really.
Oh, I'm sorry, TC.
Let's get the 20 seconds back up on the clock there.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I had a long enough period of time between Marvel movies, and I thoroughly enjoyed this one. I was giggling through the end of the movie. It was funny all the way through. I don't think I had too many really hard laughs, but like a lot of like giggles, like audible, like pet, like small laughter things. So yeah, I thought it was fun and stupid.
Okay, fun. So stupid, though.
Stupid.
Okay,
yeah.
So yeah. So
all right.
we can move into spoilers, and like any comedy,
That's okay.
if you're interested in seeing it, just go see it, because
I mean,
we're going to give a lot of it away.
Look, I saw it in IMAX. That was cool. I mean,
It looks pretty good.
It looks good. There's nothing wrong with that. I
was put
when Ryan Reynolds isn't funny, it's bad.
He was always funny.
I guess.
I didn't think so.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But I can't. How could you not? I was put in such a good mood by the opening fight sequence. Just had me so smiling. Just it was so cool. He's sitting there fighting with Wolverine's corpse to what was it? Bye.
That was funny. Yes,
that was so
funny.
good. I was just so happy. I was just like, this is so wonderful. I just wanted that to go on for a long time. And I love that. I just love it because I get so annoyed with these long drawn out action sequences in the Marvel films. Like the so much punching. It just goes, but when it's choreographed and it's a dance sequence, then it's really fun.
And it's funny. Like he's doing funny things in that fight sequence.
But it's also the choreograph of it is so really cool. But yeah, he's doing funny things too. But I just love the way they synchronize it too, and it's just so silly. It's just but silly but well done. And again, just the I wish my daughter could see it if it wasn't so fucking gory. She would.
God.
You can show it,
but,
dude. The little girl sitting behind us was probably 11 or 12.
Shit!
And I was like, I thought this movie was rated R. And then that sequence started playing. I was like, this is definitely rated R. Like, who the hell brings that? There were kids all through the back. The scene where Nice Pool's head explodes. The little girl right behind us goes, ew! And then everyone else started like burst out laughing because this little kid was watching this movie.
Funny.
But when the credits rolled, she turned to her parents and said, "That's the best movie I've ever seen."
Nice.
Yeah,
She
and they
fucking
were like,
loved it.
"We're never bringing to you this. We're never doing this again." It was
The
our
parents
mistake.
thought it
we
was
were
a
going
good
to see
idea.
a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds showed his 9-year-old daughter this. I mean, me and Naomi were talking about it on the way out. Like, it is violence and there are swear words, but it's really over the top in like
the tone of it is so silly that it's like even with that, like the horrible violence, you don't take it very seriously. And usually, like it just definitely feels comic book, I guess, but it still is really like viscerally. Like, lots of blades going in, lots of bodies and coming out the other side.
But think about the movies you'd like definitely wait to show somebody until they're 17. I wouldn't say this is one of them. This is probably one of
this is just stupid. Like teens. Yeah, I guess so. It's not like an Alien sort of thing, right? Or it's really terrifying.
I'd show Alien
trailer for that. Did you see the trailer for that?
Oh, dude, we're watching that for the podcast. That movie looks like the best friggin' movie that's coming out this year.
Oh man, that fucking thing.
I'm on board. That would be awesome.
I tried to get Naomi's seen all the other Aliens, and I was like, Naomi, you have to watch this one. It's an Alien movie. We watched it on my phone. She's like, I think I can do it. We saw the trailer in the theater. She's like, I can't do
no
that.
fucking way. Yeah, right. Nope. Not a
She's
chance.
like, I had my head for the trailer. She had her head in her hands the whole time. She was terrified.
Even I had to look away. I was like, when those things were coming through the fucking water and then they were jumping on their face, I was like, no.
We're doing it, TC. We're doing it for the podcast.
I didn't even see the trailer.
It reminds me of
late.
Spiders. I don't like spiders.
Yeah.
I don't like them at all.
Spiders that jump on your face.
It looks so good.
Nice.
I'm still reeling.
Nice. But
did they do the Beetlejuice 2 trailer there again? Because that one's really scary.
No.
That they do that. They've done that one for the kids' films that we've gone and seen, like Inside Out 2, and it terrifies the children. Huh. It's really, really dark. Huh. Like the trailer.
Does it look
it's
okay? Like
it looks okay, but I don't know. But it's just weird how dark they make the trailer, because Beetlejuice is not like a dark film.
Kind of is.
But
they're dead, I think John. It's about
I know,
death.
but they're trying to maybe like, I don't know,
lighten it,
satirize it or something sort of. Yeah, but it's really dark and spooky, sort of, where the kids are like, I don't like this film. I don't want to see that film. It's like, it's Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is fun. This does not look fun, Dad. The trailer does not make it look fun.
Maybe you're not raising your kids to be weird like the people back in the 80s were raising their kids, because I was drawn to that shit when I was a kid.
I'm a bad dad.
Yeah, raising normal kids? God damn it, Sean.
Yeah, what a shithead, huh?
Yeah.
What else you got? I mean, this movie is... I thought the plot was pretty good for... I mean,
okay.
I'll put an asterisk.
It
is such a retread of all the other shit they do for Marvel movies, but I liked how they made fun of how they were doing it. And that kind of seems easy to do. TC's eyes are wide right now. It's like, it's been done 1,000 times before, but it's done in a way where I'm laughing at it. Like, the fact that Ryan Reynolds is funny... Yeah. If you don't think he's funny, then you're fucked in this movie, because everything about it.
He was funny. I'm just saying, when he's not funny, it's obnoxious. It's just like,
I can see that. I felt that way in Deadpool too, but this one, for some reason, the mood I was in, the crowd I was in.
I think you were ready to go. Yeah, you must have been ready to go. Yeah.
But I love how they're just willing to trash itself, like trash the franchise. Like I just love this. Like, they're gonna make him do this for 90 years. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was so funny.
It's a little hypocritical, though. I can see where this is coming from.
Yeah, it's just such bullshit, and it's all made up bullshit.
Because they're all sitting there making money and having a good time anyway. It's
making fun of you, the audience. It has nothing to do with making fun of them.
It's that Sunset Boulevard thing where it's like Paramount was like, yeah, dude, you can write a movie making fun of us. We're going to produce it. It's going to be successful, and we're going to make money. So do whatever you're going to do. Make fun of us. We don't care. It's all about cash.
I still found it to be funny where they're like, we got to stop this multiverse thing. This is
that was a good joke.
But then they didn't end it.
Do it.
They didn't end it.
Well, yeah,
also, I thought they were going to die, and I thought Wolverine and Deadpool were going to die, and I was like, oh my God, are they actually going to kill somebody in one of these fucking movies? Nope, they don't.
Nope.
The most disappointing part of the movie for me, but I was like, whatever. Fair. I guess they just can't kill people in these movies.
they're having too much
I mean,
fun,
it's just
guess,
getting more and more watered down by the movie, really. I just thought some of the writing was just too on the nose, too. Like, okay, we get it. You do a couple jokes about the studio, great, move on. And like,
Sure.
you know,
That's
I get that he's always broke the fourth wall, right? But like,
as that character,
that, like,
this is like constant.
but it's like unbelievable. It like never stops. And like to break
this is the more fourth wall breaking ever.
To break it just almost like it's just unbelievable. Like they do it so much. And every time they do it, it's about the movie studios. I hate that circle jerk shit.
I know. And I can see if you're starting to take it wrong way, especially when they're like looking at you going, huh?
You're going to,
see what we
isn't
did
this
there?
funny? Huh? And you're like, all right, Mint Mobile. You're doing the same act on that commercial that you're doing in Deadpool right now.
I didn't get sick of it, man. I thought a lot of it was pretty funny.
Either,
but then, like, when they fight all the Deadpools, that was like, okay, we're just going to put some stupid thing in front of them to make them have, like, to spread this out a little longer.
I like that scene.
I mean, it was good.
It didn't make any sense.
How did that woman?
How did that woman get all the Deadpools to fight the one Deadpool?
No,
that didn't make any sense.
I don't know making any sense.
Had anything to do with it,
right? Yeah. But it was one of the funnier parts of the movie when they were killing Nice Pool, and he's just standing there as Nice Pool gets hit with bullets.
Yeah, that was.
And he's talking to him. That was funny. Really good.
That was funny.
And then Hugh Jackman walks across with a tiny dog, and nobody shoots at him because they like the dog.
I mean,
it was pretty good.
It was really, I think it was nice. At least what was nice is the foil, you know, where you've got silly, stupid Ryan Reynolds, and then you have Hugh Jackman being serious guy.
It worked
well. Made a nice contrast. I thought,
And he was funny sometimes, but he didn't break character. Like when he was being the angry alcoholic,
he did not.
It was kind of funny, but his character was angry. You know,
right? That was nice. Is like he played the straight man. And that made it work really well. I think it would have gotten intolerable fast, even for me, if he tried to be silly too.
Right? Yeah. And they actually workshopped that, but then it was mostly not. They just wanted it to be like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles was one of the big ones. 48 Hours, like all these old 80s. buddy movies where there was one straight man, one like complete joke of a person. Plus Ryan Reynolds was like, you'd remove any uniqueness from the Deadpool character if anybody else broke the fourth wall or the third wall.
Right. That's true. That's like, that's Deadpool's thing.
And they had that one joke where and it was out of place when he was like, let's go get shawarma. And he's like, I could eat. And I was like, that was... What they must have ad-libbed that one. Nobody sanctioned that. That wasn't.
You cannot ad-lib anything in this movie that they couldn't because this happened during the SAG strike, and now you can't ad-lib in movies anymore because the writers have to get it. That's their job. You can't take away their job in movies.
God, what? This is. I'm sorry. I'm just done. I'm done. I'm just done.
Seriously, like you're going to get fined. You're going to get fined if somebody improvs.
You can't get fined. You just can't use it. You can't use it in the movie. It has to be written by a writer.
What?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I want to support writers, and writers are really important. But,
dude, all the fun's gone. I'm telling you, the fun of movie making is dead.
Well, in Hollywood, this is just Hollywood.
Yeah,
you can make
in
movies
Hollywood
elsewhere.
at the union level where it's like professional and studio.
It's really hard to. I need to go look that up. It's really hard to believe it's going to be like. I mean, some of the great movie moments are ad-libbed.
Yep.
Like some of the greatest lines are because
someone should have got paid for that.
And that doesn't mean the writers are bad, because the writers are awesome and we should value them. But Jesus Christ, that's really too bad.
Yeah.
That takes away some magic.
I mean, you could get around it by like, if you get something, don't tell anybody. Have a writer write it down and then keep it in the movie. Pay the writer for it.
I guess probably there's an awful lot of ways if everybody's on board and not assholes that you're just gonna like kind of step around that and just not talk about it.
Yeah.
Just like.
But then you can't have the cool stories like, ooh, this was an outtake and they kept it in. You can't tell anybody.
Yeah, but shit.
You just got to keep it secret.
I can't think offline. I know that there's got to be at least a good handful of times where we learned like this really awesome line in this film was ad-libbed.
I mean, you got the I'm walking here shit with Al Pacino ad-libbed.
Right.
You got like Uncle Billy falling over in It's a Wonderful
like
Life.
Indiana Jones scene where he shoots the guy.
Well, that was written. Like that was written.
No, I thought he was like sick with malaria.
Well, yeah, but then they wrote it. And just, it basically like it wasn't like they weren't rolling. And he did something. He was sick before the shoot of the day, and they're like, "We should do it this way," and they agreed.
So
they
could still call it written that way. Okay, gotcha.
Huh. I mean, I'm just making it up. I know that's the sequence that it happened. I would assume you could get away with that easier than like somebody saying something that wasn't written down while the film was rolling. Right?
What do you have?
Yeah,
Fucking Robin Williams would not be allowed in a film if he were still
Aladdin,
alive.
outlawed. Mrs. Doubtfire, fucking out the window. No way. Can't do it anymore.
Wow.
You have to go to fucking Australia or freaking the UK or some shit, film in another country to do that.
Really want to support the writers, but it's
bizarre.
Damn.
But at the same time, you couldn't tell that he wasn't ad-libbing, right? Because he had the same kind of shit.
It felt like he was just riffing all the fucking time. Yeah. But there were so many writers on this film. They were just probably sitting in a room the whole time riffing anyway, and then just writing shit down maybe the day before. Who knows? But it definitely had that feel.
And Ryan Reynolds was a writer, so he can write for himself.
Right. So he could actually, if he's the writer, and maybe that's what you're going to see. Maybe you're going to see more actors as writers. Like if Robin Williams was in a film, then he's just going to be.
Oh, don't worry.
Comedian.
The studios will find a way around it. I'm sure.
Yeah, right. So
don't you worry.
If a
and
making money,
then they'll make fun of themselves if they weren't doing it the whole time and didn't find a way around it. It didn't make more money. Oh yeah. I'm
just turn your brain off and then
swear
enjoy
to God,
the stupid movie.
Trying to work in the industry for whatever it was, 10 to 15 years, and just seeing all the insanity ruined me.
I don't know, man, but there's some lines that are great. It's like, I'm not new to pegging. Disney's new to pegging. I mean, it's just hilarious. It's fucking hilarious.
That whole scene in the corridor when he's trying to talk his way out of being arrested or whatever, every single line was hilarious in that whole scene. I mean, he was
he's funny. It's Ryan Reynolds, right? Like when his jokes land, it's him. There's no one that can tell it like him, right? I mean, he just has a delivery that is his very own.
And even there were some editing jokes, like the scene where he was putting on his new Deadpool outfit, and the last second and a half of it are just 15 shots of him slapping his own ass
getting his balls
over and over.
Taylor was slapping his ass.
It's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny and then annoying, and then it gets funny again.
Yeah.
It's great. It keeps going to the point where it does get funny again.
I thought the plot was pretty good. As I was saying, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a good vehicle for the comedy, and I thought there was enough, and it pushed it right. And also the different locations. I like the location changes. It kept moving. Whenever there was a situation they couldn't get out of, they just easily got out of it. And I was like, oh, I like this. I like it how I thought they were going to be stuck in the void prison like the rest of the movie, like a Mad Max movie. But then they just hopped on a fucking gas canister. They kicked out of the ground and flew away. You're like, oh, okay. That's great. I like it.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's
that didn't do it for me.
It made it easier to go to different places. And I liked all the hopping it did because it made it it made me interested. If it stayed too long in a place, I think with this movie, it would have become more stagnant.
Oh,
but
yeah, definitely.
It moved around a lot, which helped. I thought all the cameos were pretty friggin' funny.
Funny. I love how they call out Robert Downey Jr. too early on. Like, oh, what? He doesn't do cameos?
Is he going to be here?
Yeah. No, he doesn't do that anymore. What cameos?
I also like how Captain America, you think it's going to be Captain America, but it's Johnny Flame.
It's Johnny Flame. Yeah, that was.
And I love how I do love how I love Deadpool's excuse for killing him. He's like, you know how much he's costing us?
I laughed really good.
Come on.
And look, and she killed him, and there was nothing I could do. It's like, you are the reason he's dead.
Yeah.
It was funny. Come on.
That was good.
Did you stay around for the very last?
No,
after
I dipped
all the
as soon
credits?
as the thing.
No.
Oh, at the very, very, very end, because it's not even I don't know what the fuck they call it when they do the zinger at the end. But they usually do it after a little bit of the credits, not all the credits.
Yeah, the falafel location.
Yeah,
it's
the shawarma,
$30 seconds in.
Shawarma. Yeah, which is really cute in the first Avengers, right? But the very end, what they show is the Chris Evans character saying all those nasty things. They just show him saying it all, and
what nasty things.
All the things that Deadpool said that he said about her, they show a video of him saying all those things.
That's pretty funny.
In private to Deadpool before that happens?
Yeah, but there's a camera as they're traveling to see her. They make him say all that stuff. It's funny.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He's like, see,
I told you said it. Yeah. Don't act like you didn't say it.
I think they tried to make it look almost a little artificial too, and it was AI done. Sort of too, so you could kind of wonder if this was a fake, But
weird.
It was still funny. But yeah, I love that. Again, I know I can see how you can get annoyed, TC, but it was just so. I don't know.
I was surprised how much I like it because it was one note. It was pop culture reference. Previous Marvel movie reference, shitting on pop culture, shitting on the movie making process.
But they love the characters. They seem to also really appreciate the comics and will bringing the costume back. The sort of that iconic costume of Wolverine and I don't know, for lack of a better word, honoring it Like I think that it seems like they love these comics, they love these characters, and that kind of came through too. And I think that softens it a bit too in terms of just being really annoyed by everything, because I think they still love the material. Like they love, like Ryan Reynolds loves who Deadpool is, and Hugh Jackman defined Wolverine for the films. I mean, like literally, this guy like made that character iconic. I don't know. I mean, maybe Wolverine is just great in general. I don't know. But when X-Men came out, that was like a standout. And he was this unknown guy.
Nobody else was memorable from those X-Men movies, right?
Maybe
like,
Xavier, maybe Picard.
That's true. He was pretty good as
Professor X, right?
I thought that was funny with the outcasted, heroes that nobody knows.
Yeah,
that was because I knew them all.
Yeah.
And so, like, I remember from being a kid, like Gambino or whatever his name was there.
Gambit.
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 I always thought he had the worst stuff. Like, everybody did.
Yeah, he did.
It's like, what's your powers?
I love it too.
This guy's powers are stupid.
Right. Like, dude,
even
who
as
is
a
your
kid,
vocal coach?
Yeah.
That vocal coach line made me laugh pretty hard.
Who's your dialect coach? This is not doing a good job.
I was confused because I thought, like, Blade and Elektra were in movies. I knew that. But then I saw Channing Tatum as Gambit. I was like, was he in one of the movies? Like, I thought I had seen most of them.
I don't think they ever had Gambit.
I don't think so.
What happened was he was for years. They were developing a Gambit movie, but then it was canceled in 2019 when Disney bought 20th Century Fox.
I liked his character. I wanted to see more of it. I enjoyed him. Maybe
funny.
The talking would get old.
I think the funniest part, and I forget what he said, but like it was towards the end of that first scene where they were introduced, and he was talking. He was like trying to be clever, and he was talking about like his dad's balls or something like that. Yeah. I was laughing pretty hard.
That's very graphic. That's very graphic. Yeah.
I was the loudest person in the theater for that scene, I think.
I mean, look, I laughed. There's no doubt. I had moments that I had fun. I had moments where I was like, oh, this is going to be cool, leading up until about halfway. And once I got over all the jokes and like I got, kind of used to the same joke happening over and over again, I just got kind of bored with it, and then I started picking apart the story, and then I started not liking it, and then by like 3/4 of the way, I was like, "What the? This movie is so dumb."
He was talking to you directly, and he's like, "We're almost done. Don't worry."
Oh my god! So when he did that, I said to myself, "Thank fucking God!" Like, and I was like, he was talking directly to me. Yeah, he was. And like, I don't know. I think that's that was part of my problem. I was not. If you don't get hooked in that first hour, you might have a little bit of trouble with it. If you don't allow yourself to say, okay, this is just stupid, I have to just like it because it's dumb. And I didn't do that either. So by the time I got to the 3/4 mark, I was pretty much out of it.
See that. Yeah. I can see that, definitely. I don't know. I
thought she was good, though.
Who's she?
As the Professor X's twin.
She was great. She was great.
The face touching stuff was fucking weird.
It was
kind of cool.
So weird, wasn't it?
She did like calm and sinister really well, right? Mm-hmm. I thought she did that really well.
And the British guy's hilarious.
The guy from Succession.
What was
he
his
always
name?
plays that that character. That's his I don't know what you call it, like sort of.
He's the guy who won.
Highbrow.
What was his name? Enigma or whatever the hell fuck his name was. So, no. In the film, his name was like
Paradox.
Was that? Yeah. Terrible name. Whatever. Yeah.
Terrible name.
Well, why did he tell Deadpool the whole thing about like why didn't he not? He didn't have to tell Deadpool anything about his timeline ending. He could just said, "Hey, Deadpool, they want you in the Avengers. Bye." And then none of this would have had to happen. He didn't have to tell Deadpool about how he was going to end Deadpool's timeline.
Because the movie had to happen, John.
I know.
They had to get from point A to point B. The fuck kind of question is that?
Because if they didn't have that point, then none of it would have made any sense.
Then we wouldn't have got to go to the void. We wouldn't have had that whole part in the middle.
Just saying. Anyway.
But there was some moments, too, in the void where I was just like, if this woman can control everything, then why doesn't she?
Well, sure.
She does, doesn't she?
No, but like she could have left the void. She could have controlled the other world.
No,
I know, but like even still, like, I don't know. I just thought there was so many points in the movie where I was like, if this woman is this powerful, like, why is she doing any of this? Like,
well, they still captured Professor X along the way. I think if
you're going to start really poking in the plot holes, you're lost, sort of. I think
you're not having fun anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, right.
But so I thought, just to try to make sense, I agree that there are some things, but that made sense to me because she lives in a place that no one tries to fight her, right? Like she's the king and there's no resistance. If she goes to a different place, she might still be king, but she's gonna have to like be annoyed by all these people trying to stop her doing whatever she wants to do all the time.
That's fair. Like she liked the arrangement,
but she has the most powerful powers in the world.
No, but
so does Professor X,
happy there until she found out.
Yeah, but the people stopped him too. They figured out ways to stop him from doing stuff.
Magneto.
Yeah. And maybe she knows about that. Did they get the newspaper in the void from the other dimensions?
I don't know. That's another thing. I thought it was funny when the guy shot her. He's like, I've been fucking waiting for this forever. And he shoots her, and then Deadpool just knocks him out. Like, shut up. This isn't your time.
I know,
this is my time.
That was a good line.
That was funny. I like that.
Did you know there's a Blade reboot in the works?
No way.
Which is why there was that when Wesley Snipes like there's only one Blade and Deadpool gives you the look. Actually,
I want to know why Thor's holding him though. Okay.
I don't know. It's a good point.
Oh yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know.
I forgot
That's
about
coming
that.
out soon, I guess.
Some other time.
What do you mean?
Something in the future.
Well, no, I think it'd
movie?
That's
what they were. I think that's what they were alluding to.
They're gonna have more Deadpool movies already.
No,
Jesus Christ!
I thought it meant if he goes and joins the Avengers, he gets to be part of that whole Infinity War plot line where everybody gets all emotional and they all love each other and there's tragic deaths and that's kind of what I thought that like if he gets to go be part of the Avengers.
This took place before the Infinity Pool or Infinity War, whatever.
Maybe that's actually a good point. I assumed, that's.
I thought it was the future that was going.
I thought it was the future. I thought it was the future, meaning in the future of our world.
But now I wonder, John. I think John, maybe there's like a shot in the Avengers movies that like just is exactly the same as what they showed, and we should have recognized that because they assume people watch the Avengers movies 100 times or whatever.
I see. Yeah, little Easter egg that we.
I didn't make it through that last one.
I did because I was stuck in a theater seat.
Nice.
And I hadn't finished my drink yet.
I hadn't.
It's too bad. We did that first one. We did the first part of it and enjoyed it. We actually podcasted it, but we didn't bother to do the second part.
It wasn't worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a shame.
Is it?
Yeah. Not really.
It's kind of. Okay. I mean, I'm just happy because I really disregard these movies nowadays. Like I don't really care about the MCU. The last few have just been like the exact same movie over and over again. And this movie is kind of like that. But I think I gave myself enough time or whatever.
Same formula.
Last time. Yeah. Same formula.
Yeah, same formula.
Ryan Reynolds hasn't changed his shtick, but like it's still funny. I find it funny still.
And how about Morena Baccarin? Has she aged a fucking day? I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, she has because they showed her from the first Deadpool, and I actually did notice there was a bit of age there. She's still looks
but
great.
not much.
Not much.
She looks great.
Not much.
But I've aged a lot more. You don't like this?
I've aged a lot more in 6 years than she has. Put it that way.
Same. But the reason you really don't like this is because her character is so minor in this movie.
Yeah, she
That's
has
probably
very little to
true.
do.
That's probably true. I didn't have enough Morena Baccarin.
Yeah, you see her right at the beginning, and then you get nothing for the next 2 hours.
Their relationship was really, as far as like steamy romance goes, that was one of the highlights of the first Deadpool. It was done really well.
I did kind of like it how this one felt. Like they lost TJ Miller. They didn't even talk about it. That was fine. They did like this whole
went crazy.
Yeah, they did this whole like reset in the end of the second one and just basically started from scratch. And I kind of appreciated that.
I remember like hardly anything about the second one.
Right,
so,
same.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah,
but that's not unusual.
I want to watch the first one again though.
I remember the first one a lot more than the second one.
First one again. Yeah.
He gets cancer. He gets captured and tortured, turned into Deadpool,
right,
etc. Second one, there's a time travel section. That's about all I remember.
Yeah,
is that he resets everything. What else we got in this one? The music numbers, kind of fun. I like some of the 70s and 80s songs they throw in these things and kind of make montages or music videos, one of the two over them.
I love it. These are fight scenes
stuff.
that are music videos. The Like a Prayer was a highlight, but I mean, I still think
it's songs that like are kind of a joke anyway because they're so popular and they're just not serious songs, really.
Yeah.
But it's funny when like
Disney owns them all too.
But it really
they actually had a hard time getting the Madonna song.
Oh, really?
Because she doesn't license her music that much, and they actually had to go to Madonna's house and like the Ryan Reynolds and Shawn Levy, the director, had to go to Madonna's house and convince her. And one of the reasons they were able to is because Madonna's her daughter, I think, one of her kids loves the first Deadpool movie, so her daughter helped convince Madonna to be like, okay, you can use this.
Look, I'll give you a steak of Mint Mobile.
This is probably
okay.
The only,
we just need the song.
This may be the only time she's licensed her music for a film, other than one that she's been in.
It could be. The thing I read said it was she's never licensed this song, and she rarely licensed her music.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, wow. Talk about having enough money.
It was good.
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
this movie's made $1 billion in 2 weeks.
No, this
it is
movie's doing
completely
great.
insane how much money this movie is making.
I mean, that's not fair. This is why the writers are at home like,
I think
you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me for your fucking ad libs.
I think it deserves it,
because they got probably 30 grand.
I like
no one deserves that much money, but like for art that can make people so happy. Like if I actually had my mental bar set pretty low because the reviews, like Metacritic, it's in the yellow area. It's like in the 50s, and I'm a freaking movie snob.
Audience score, it's like upper 90s.
It had an AA minus audience score walking out. It's on the top 250. It's got like a 90 something on Rotten Tomatoes audience score. The critic score is like 78 right now, but the audience score, totally different story.
I think it was like 96 or something.
Yeah. So, and I can kind of see it like, I don't know. It's nothing original,
right?
But it's a lot of what people like about this, right? It's kind of like
right.
It's
Middle America loves this, or like normal folk love this type of shit. And you know why it does so well outside of California? I'm sure too, is because they hate California. So when they make fun of the studios,
why are you shitting on California so much right now?
I'm
nothing to do with California. But it's made 500, basically just under 500 million in the United States and just under 500 across the world. So like it's doing really good everywhere.
It's like it's
two major
highest grossing R-rated film of all time now. Is that right? Or no?
No, Passion of the Christ still is.
It's still below.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Passion of the Christ is nearly 2 billion. It's
nothing
like 1.5.
sells seats like Tortured Jesus.
Wow, dude.
Mm-hmm. But this movie did break records for opening weekend. It made I think it was like $197 million opening weekend. And the second weekend had a record for lowest dip from a high grossing movie. It only dipped like 50% for that much. So it made like 100 million the second weekend. Yesterday on Wednesday, 2.5 weeks after this movie came out, made $10 million on a Wednesday. That's like pretty good for an opening weekend for an independent movie, basically.
But don't you think that's so fucked up that there's like a ton of people that made that movie and they got a day rate of like $400 a day?
That's fucked up.
And now they've got this fucking hundreds of millions, 10 million in a day, and they can't pay a writer more than 60 grand to
I'm
fucking
confused.
work on a script.
I'm looking at Wikipedia
Hollywood.
for highest grossing R-rated films. And I have Passion. This is on Wikipedia. I have Passion of the Christ as number 10.
Is this U.S. gross?
Worldwide gross.
Worldwide. Okay, sorry. I must be thinking about U.S. gross.
Because we have interestingly, which shit I haven't seen, Joker at number 1 at 1 billion and change. Weird. Oppenheimer at 977 million. Right now, Deadpool and Wolverine's at 903. So it may surpass. It still may surpass.
Okay, so
Joker and Oppenheimer.
Yeah, so I think I'm remembering this trivia. This is how updated I am. During the first Deadpool podcast, it hadn't broken the record for highest grossing R-rated movie of all time because Passion of the Christ was still number 1. So that's been it's been a little while. All right, I got some trivia. Do you guys have anything else?
Yeah, I'm impressed by trivia.
No, I got nothing else about this.
Okay,
schlock.
How
about that for a 1950s term?
So I'm going to push something on you guys. I pushed a couple of times, actually. There's this show, and it's actually not going to be cool anymore because it's becoming mainstream. Hot Ones, that TV show. It's on YouTube. Have you guys looked at I've recommended it. Have you looked it up?
No. Because
it's
you recommended
good.
Because again, we're not going to watch the commentary. We're not going to
It's like 20 minutes per YouTube episode, and it's celebrities eating increasingly hot chicken wings as they get interviewed.
Right.
And they had one recently. They usually do one person at a time, but they had one recently to promote this movie with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds on it, which was pretty good.
Yep.
Ryan Reynolds comes across as himself, and Hugh Jackman kind of looks like a deer in the headlights the entire time. He does not do spicy food well, and he starts panicking from wing 1, basically.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
That's funny.
He's like, I don't like this. I already don't like this. This is terrible.
Yeah.
It's like, why are we doing
this?
Normal
guy. I didn't want to do any of this stuff. I wanted Wolverine
I'm
to stay
Australian.
dead.
What are we doing this here for? Yeah. But so they talked about a bunch of funny stuff on that. Some of this trivia is coming from there. Ryan Reynolds wanted to release this movie under a fake name called Alpha Cop, not tell anyone about it, and have people go to the theater and see it, and have the first 5 minutes be this fake movie where the tagline was going to be two cops. So it was going to be two guys with one brain, and together they make the quote perfect cop. And then they had a poster made for it. They had a tagline which was two cops, one brain, all balls. And they were going to make 5 minutes of this movie and then play it in the theater. And then after 5 minutes, cut to the beginning of the Deadpool Wolverine movie and just play the rest of the movie.
Nice.
That would have
But
been
for
awesome.
a lot of reasons, I have to assume,
right? I'm sure
didn't
they
work
didn't
out.
do that.
Yeah.
No, it's like, look, you guys are not going to make any money this way.
Yeah.
That's I love. I bet it's going to be on the bonus materials. That's cool.
Yeah.
I still love the idea though.
Yeah, it would have been pretty funny. It would have been for the first week, like the nerds, the weirdos who would have seen this other movie would have gotten like such a treat to see a new Deadpool movie.
Little Easter egg.
Yeah. But yeah, it's probably hard to market something like that. This is the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, that received an R rating. This is also the first movie under the Disney logo to receive an R rating. Usually, if you have an R-rated movie that's owned by Disney, it would go under like TriStar or like one of the other movie production companies that they own. Yeah, because they don't want to associate with
But they can't
that.
but this is still Marvel, so they can't. I don't know.
They just bought Marvel, 2019. They probably saw the cut of it, and they're like, "We'll put our name on this. This is going to make a lot of money.
This is going to make a lot of money. We'll
Yeah.
be all right." Yeah.
That's just interesting. This movie also was the first year with just one MCU film since 2012 when the first Avengers movie came out. Every year since then, for the last 12 years, there's been more than one MCU movie coming out. So,
Jesus Christ. I'm so tired of them.
I know. Keep it one a year. Do one every 2 years.
I didn't see Black Panther 2. I didn't see what else has there been?
Who knows?
Shit.
Too many.
Who knows?
Ant-Mans. Any
The
of the
Marvels.
Ant-Mans. Skipping the Ant-Mans. This movie broke YouTube trailer records. The first trailer received 365 million views within the first 24 hours.
God damn.
Which broke the previous record for Spider-Man No Way Home with 355 million views. Just a lot of views.
I never saw any of those Spider-Mans either.
They're not great.
Did you see it? No?
No. They're fine. They're not bad. They're not like Age of Ultron or the second Thor movie. Like they won't make you angry, but they're kind of a waste of time.
Right. Yeah.
They're a waste of time. If you're on an airplane and it's on there,
they're
definitely
perfect for that.
Right.
Yeah,
watch it
like
on the
Kong
airplane.
and Godzilla, A New Era, or whatever the fuck it was.
You
Yeah.
made that one sound
Great for
better.
the
I
air.
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
actually
for the
sold
air-
Kong pretty good.
It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But then
probably
again, I
gonna
was
watch
on an
that.
airplane, so you gotta wonder.
I'm
You
probably
You
going to
saw
watch
Tiger
that one
Kong
day,
on there.
TC, and it's
Yeah.
going to be your fault. I just want to let you know.
No, honestly though, if you watch it, you'll probably like it. But,
Okay. See, there you go again.
yeah,
I'm sold.
but still,
I just have to convince Naomi to watch it. She's pretty off board on that one.
I mean, I think she'd like it because it's such dumb violence. Like it's not gory. It's just like shit breaking, building, smashing, and then they get along at the end.
You
So.
got time for that shit
They go have
anymore.
a beer or
Right.
whatever.
And that doesn't ruin the movie because it's in the title. So,
There's a point in this movie where Deadpool is carrying around a mug that says "I like me" on it, and this is a nod to John Candy in Trains, Planes, and Automobiles when he has the whole "I like me" speech. That was the
interesting.
biggest influence on this movie. Surprisingly, I didn't think of it once, but it was actually so influenced that on the scene where they're having the fight scene after they get out of the void and all the Deadpools are fighting, during that pan shot, the car that breaks down is in the background from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is in this movie.
That's cool. That's really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the little car. I love the car details that they put in there too, as him as a salesman. I thought that was pretty goddamn funny.
You can't tell his friggin' wig. You can't tell. And he has the little hair tuft stuck to his head for like
but
half
also
the movie
like the details
afterwards.
they give about like the way they'd shit talk the Honda Odyssey, or they're like, "Is this a Kia?"
Yeah, that was
The
kinda
Honda
funny.
Odyssey
Like,
fight
It's a
was
fucking
really good.
Kia. I know it. Yeah. Right.
And after he fought in it and it still worked, he's just like, that car's actually pretty
Hey,
fucking
you know
good.
this car fucks.
yeah.
That fight scene was really good too, where they kept hitting the radio stations.
What was the? Oh yeah. There's like Hugh, the Greatest Showman was like one of the songs there,
where
like
Hugh
Jackman.
it's Hugh Jackman. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that was funny. Again, just I don't know. It was so lighthearted. I don't know. It just carried me along with it. It was great.
And it moved so fast that like the quickness is needed. It didn't dwell on the references. It's just like reference, move on. If it was like, hey, isn't that funny?
But I
do you like the reference?
I don't know. There are many other films where I guess you had like Baby Driver did this. I don't know if you guys ever saw Baby Driver.
We rewatched it recently, actually.
Yeah, just like there's a lot of that film has some weird parts, but there's a lot of really choreographed action scenes that are designed around the music, and I do love that. I love the choreographed action fight scenes, and again, RR had kind of this too sort of thing, but it was, but it's really fun, and Guardians of the Galaxy does this sometimes. Was doing this at times too. I love that. I just think it makes like the action scenes so much. As long as it's really well sequenced, it's pretty cool. And again, I think the opening is, I think probably one of the best ones I've seen of that. I
really like the Deadpool fight scene too, where it's just one panning shot, and there's the one part where they all get pushed back, and there's nothing, and the camera's still moving in the same direction, and they all come back into frame.
And they're
that
coming.
was cool.
They're coming.
I agree. I like that too.
But
I do think I would say that opening fight scene is probably my favorite dance fight scene ever.
Are there a lot of options to pick from that?
I don't
list,
think
John?
so, but I'm just gonna say at the same time, I think that was the using the boy band song, having Deadpool be there, that he's fighting with Wolverine's corpse. I don't know, just awesome. Yeah, that was great.
That was pretty good. I liked it when he strapped his little claws on and he punched both of the guys in the dick.
He's like,
he couldn't pull his hands out.
You sick fuck! And he's like going one way and out of the ass and into the balls of the other guy. And it's like, what is you sick motherfucker?
Not this way, not this way. He's like, I'm sorry, this is hard.
It's harder than it looks. Yeah, those were funny.
It was funny.
No, that's great. Yeah,
and such unique stuff like that wouldn't make sense. Like you couldn't come up with that if it wasn't for this specific weird movie,
this
weird scenario they came up with,
right? Too, and this character,
and also trying to retcon a movie they didn't want to ruin, right? Like digging up a body, having him actually be dead in this universe, all of this very specific stuff.
And I didn't see Logan, but it was well regarded, see Logan? Right? No,
I don't think I did either.
Oh, Logan was like an actually good movie. Like that movie was good. Didn't seem like a Marvel movie at all.
Well, that's why I was like reading the Wikipedia page there that like Hugh Jackman didn't want to do it, thought that was a good ending for Wolverine, so don't bring him back. Same thing I think wait, you
can't keep going there. You can't keep going there. He thought that, and then as soon as he saw Deadpool, he regretted him ever saying that because he was just like, oh, I need to partner up with this character. Like Wolverine and Deadpool would be great together. And he went
till you're 90.
Oh, so Hugh
till you're 90.
It pays well.
It's good, right? He's like,
that was funny.
On.
I mean, I laughed at that.
You were being snarky. Yeah. Come on.
No, I did. I'm telling you, I laughed at many points in this.
It is really good.
Just a lot of other parts that I didn't.
Sitting there with Hugh there, he's like, yeah, he'll do this till he's dead.
Till he's 90.
Disney's going to make him do it till he's dead.
Is that so? From what I've read, that was really Hugh Jackman when he took his shirt off when his friggin' suit exploded.
Jesus
really?
Christ! Is he not the most fucking shaped guy ever?
Like, what the fuck? You can still be that in shape when you're 60?
I mean, his day must be all working out.
He actually got out of shape because he was doing he lost muscle mass because he has been doing like Broadway stuff
because he's 60.
Well, yeah. Plus, he's been doing like dancing and singing. So like that's lightweight stuff. You have to like lift weights to look like he looks in this movie. So once he realized he was going to take the part again, he just went on like a heavy weightlifting routine again, and apparently that's him.
Professional trainers and everything, and
But he's done it before. I mean, that's just incredible how as a 60-year-old
they just pointed out. They're all like, he's like got his shirt off, and they're all just admiring him. It's funny.
That was pretty good. And some restraint because they didn't take his shirt off until much later in the movie.
No. Again, yeah. Again,
I mean, the guy in the white fat dude in the office, the gay guy. That was funny.
Really funny.
Like, look at him. He's looking at me like he's wants to fucking.
When Deadpool's ass is about to hit him in the face, and he's just staring.
It's like, oh, that shit was funny. I was laughing at that one. For sure.
So many. I mean, just think about that, TC. Even in good comedy movies, it's rare to like have it be funny throughout and then also laugh so frequently, right?
Yeah. It is. It's definitely
so that's
rare.
You got to give it some credit there.
I'll give it credit. Yeah,
they were trying hard.
Just,
there were a lot of jokes in this movie. It was trying the entire time to be funny.
There was a lot of work.
Right.
Yeah, it was good.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds said that he asked the producers to purposely give them a lower budget than Disney was prepared to offer them because he remembered like the first Deadpool movie was pretty low budget, and that got them to work harder and work under a tighter deadline, and that like instilled creativity in everyone on the crew.
Okay.
And he wanted to recreate that.
All right, that's got to be a first.
That's
To ask for less money.
Ever.
Yeah. That's only something that someone
That's
with
like maybe
endless
it's like
money
a Coen
does,
Brothers
right?
film did that. I don't know.
That's only someone that has as much money as you possibly need at any moment in time.
And he
that
wasn't
would
trading
say
off more creativity to do that, right? He probably had full control as it was.
that. He could have
point,
probably
yeah.
asked for as much as he wanted or as little as he wanted.
I think if they had, Hugh Jackman, especially once Hugh Jackman signed on, they're like, no, this is gonna make a shit ton of money. Like they could probably see that comedy plus straight man guy right away and be like, this is gonna.
But at the
do
same
really
time,
well,
if they had this big ass budget, then they could be like, well, let's take another 2 months to write some more,
Right.
You know,
Well,
and just like
or-
bloat this
or-
thing out, stretch
No,
out the production,
no.
make everyone bored of it by the
let's
time we're done filming or
they,
whatever.
They could have like shot the cameos up. Like, all right, maybe at a certain price point, Robert Downey Jr. would come in. Yeah,
Just give everyone a little cut. Holy crap!
Yeah,
Third
yeah.
Deadpool
I don't know.
movie.
They could have
just
had
give a
the
little
same
percentage.
timeline and just maybe, I don't know, paid people more.
that's right.
Yeah, but they won't do that because that'll fuck up the industry, right?
Of course not.
Yeah.
That's right. Might as well keep the low people low,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Meanwhile, they get their residuals.
Why you gotta bring us down, TC?
That's what I'm telling you. It's
down.
just so annoying. It's just so annoying because, like, you hear
Isn't
things
that
like
just-
that, and that's like,
Isn't that
what
just
rich
capitalism
people
across
do.
industries, though, TC?
Yeah, that's just like what rich people say. Like, oh, we asked for less money. Like, fuck
know.
off.
Like you got
Keep
the
that
sound
one to
guy, the
yourself.
sound guy or whatever. He'd be like, I
keep
could have
that
gotten
one
paid
to
more.
yourself.
Was
Yeah,
Ryan Reynolds
yeah.
rich as fuck before the first Deadpool, though? He was kind of famous, but he wasn't like on the
No,
map recently, right?
I
He
don't
had like
think
Van Wilder, and that was about it.
He was like B-list, right?
If
At that time,
At that
old
point-
time?
Yeah, like 2016.
Before Deadpool.
Before that,
Yeah. I
he
don't
was.
know.
I mean, he was well known to like our generation, but
Yeah.
now he's like a fucking
He's a
superstar.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't
Almost
know.
a billionaire. Who knows?
So the first movie they had a limited budget. It was still like 65 million, which is low for a superhero
that
movie,
one-
but high
that-
for
yeah,
any other
but
movie.
That one was.
But even back then, it was pretty damn high.
Yeah.
But that one
We're not
was a
talking
risk.
now money. We're talking.
But still,
Yeah.
superhero movies back then were like 150 to 200. So it was still like
yeah,
pretty
I see.
low.
So still
but-
lower than those.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the trivia at the time for Deadpool, but I imagine there was a risk there. This is like an R-rated superhero film.
Yep.
That was not something that they knew would sell. Like,
Correct.
so, yeah.
Yeah, it was greenlit because of Logan. Because Logan
Oh, wow.
made money.
Oh,
They're like, we can do it.
yeah.
People will go see R-rated movies. You're like, yeah, man. There's a lot of people above
Yeah,
the
you're
age of
damn
17.
right they will. Yeah. Plus, the blood will be look a lot better.
And guess
you
who
know?
has all the money? The people older than 17.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is a good point.
They had to shut down 35 days. They shut down filming because of the SAG strike. They had 35 days left to shoot. And this was like the biggest movie in production when that happened. It actually has like a bunch of headlines about what they did. And there's a whole, you can follow the story and stuff if you're interested in what they had to do it. The studio Disney had to pay for all the sets to stay open, which was pretty expensive. They had no idea how long the strike was going to last. But they ended up filming like it's out,
Getting it
you know,
done.
they fixed
Yep.
it. They did it, guys. Good job. Shawn Levy, the director of this movie, worked with Ryan Reynolds on the two previous movies, Free Guy and The Atom Project.
Ooh, the Atom Project was bad.
Was it? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Free Guy
real
was
bad.
Free Guy was pretty good.
Oh, was it?
I mean, it was
Huh.
as good as this movie. You know, I'd say it's actually less good. It was a fluffy, entertaining Friday night watch if you're not looking for anything serious.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'm not thinking. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong movie. Never mind. I don't know about the Atom Project. I'll take that back. I don't know if I saw the Atom Project. I was thinking the Black Adam or whatever that was. The Rock movie. That
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one, but it looked pretty bad.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
So the first Deadpool movie came out in 2016. The development of this Deadpool movie started in 2016 because
No,
you
really?
make a lot of money and
Wow.
you're like, we're going to make a trilogy. This movie made so much money. No matter
Holy
what
shit.
happens with the second one, we can bank on a trilogy. That's how much money we're making here. So they were developing it back
That's
then.
wild.
They didn't have any idea it was going to be with Wolverine. That didn't come until late into the writing process in like 2021 for this version of the movie. They once they got greenlit, they were coming like they're trying to find how to, you know, what the plot was going to be. Basically, they didn't have any idea, and it was like halfway through the writing process that they were just like, maybe we get Hugh Jackman back in here. And then once they did that, then everything else locked like into place, and they were.
Do you know how much
they
got paid by chance?
No.
Is that anywhere? No.
Not currently.
Bet it's a lot.
It's got to be a bunch.
Sure.
Yeah.
Take the percentages. You got to take the percentages.
Well,
I mean,
Ryan Reynolds, he's writer and producer.
Producer,
and I'm sure he's doing fine.
Yeah, he's probably doing pretty good.
Some of it was probably his own money.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a producer, isn't that what?
I think it was for the first film, right? I think he was like
he was banking. He's like betting his house on it,
heavily involved
basically.
in the first one.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds and his wife. I don't know if they're actually married, but his partner Blake Lively, their kids.
That's his wife, I think.
It's his wife.
Yeah. Oh,
Their
she's
kids-
Lady Deadpool in this.
She is.
Is she?
Oh, I didn't see that. Their kids are Kid Pool and Baby Pool.
Oh yeah. No, she's Lady Deadpool.
Oh, so they're all in
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
Pretty damn sure I saw that.
Is that her
Yeah,
real
might as
hair
well get
poking
a
out of
whole
the top of the
check
thing?
to the family,
Sure,
huh?
why-
Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, they all get percentages too? Jesus.
And I think that's so. The quote from it's actually not that good of a quote, but the last piece of trivia I had was what I've already said. Hugh Jackman said he was really done playing the character of Wolverine after Logan. He said he regretted it as soon as he watched the first Deadpool movie. And he said he just wanted to do the sequel to Deadpool. He felt it in his gut. And
okay.
yeah. And he wanted to have the
I mean,
best
I
time
can
ever
see
with
why.
Ryan Reynolds.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, especially since like when I can't imagine, like, okay, for me, I was mixed, right? But like when you're in it, like how cool would that be to see that movie and watch yourself in those moments? Like, how could you not want to do it?
Well,
Right?
and
it looks like fun.
Wolverine is
It looks like
the
fun
perfect-
too, right?
It's fun.
Yeah,
And they're gonna go have
And
fun.
again-
They're gonna go and laugh their ass off and roll around in
yeah.
costume. Yeah.
And you got to see right away how he's the perfect Wolverine's like the perfect straight man against Deadpool. Like it's the perfect contrast as far as like, and they're both indestructible, so they can beat the shit out of each other forever.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's all I got. Top
That's all I got.
Top 250
Yeah.
guys.
No.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I had a good time, but I'm not like I think like these are shades of the other Deadpool and stuff. So
And all the other superhero movies that have ever been made.
yeah, but I had a great time. Yeah, I definitely recommend this to anybody. Like,
And I would see it in
yeah.
IMAX. I was impressed by the sound, and I was impressed by the visuals.
The special
and-
effects,
and
I was
the special
actually
effects were good.
pretty like that dragon, the smoke dragon thing. I was like,
yeah,
oh
that was
my,
pretty good.
that looks pretty
That-
freaking
that looks
cool.
scary.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Some of the
yeah,
scale
it
on those
definitely
shots.
was definitely worth seeing in IMAX.
Better special
I have to
effects
say.
than the Mad Max movie that came out this year. Say that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although their void stuff did not meet.
No,
The very
it-
first Void stuff
it's
was
fair.
not good, but it got
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
as it went
And
It
they
did,
along.
sorta towards the end, yeah.
Yeah.
They made some references to that too. That's what they were trying to do, which is kind of funny. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
no, this is even like more explicit. There's like, this is your Furiosa, he said.
Yeah.
He's always
Can we say
bad.
that? Are we gonna get sued?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'd also go no, but I think I would recommend this to anybody who like has ever had interest in superhero movies. You're probably gonna like this
Yes.
one, right?
Yep. That's a great way to.
I mean,
put
like,
it.
watch the first Deadpool if you haven't, but then you can
Start
skip
with
the
that one for sure.
You skip the second one.
No, watch the
That's
second
fine.
one. I think
It's
it's just
fine.
I mean,
fine.
watch
Yeah, I
them
know.
all. You might as well. That's
Yeah.
the reason
it's
why
fine.
they made them.
And if you end the second one and you're like, I don't like that, then just watch this one anyway because it's better than the second one.
one's fine. Yeah, exactly.
I would, again, I will likely go to other Marvel movies again in the future in the theater because that's where they're supposed to be seen.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
that's
so
true. They're a
at
spectacle.
the end of the day, there's that. That's why I think maybe I was underwhelmed or just taken back because I was really excited to go. And
Oh.
I was like getting there, like, oh, this is going to be great. And I just maybe the story didn't do it for me. So once you start, you know how I get. Once I'm in that mood, I'm picking things
Once you
apart.
get cranky,
It's
you
all
can't get out of
downhill.
it.
Yeah.
No. If you got into some kind of let's pick this film apart, it makes sense. You can-
Yeah. But
Yeah.
If you're
you
sitting
are
there
out
waiting for the
watching-
next reference to Hollywood and you get 100 more from that point, you're not
Yeah,
going to have a good
that's-
time.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was like,
Exactly. But then again, if you have no reference to Hollywood and you just like movies, go see it.
Mhm. It'll make you feel like an insider, maybe. It's like, ooh,
That's
this is
true.
fun. I feel like I know what
you
the
get
process
you
is.
get jokes that are
Right.
inside, like the MacGuffin thing, right? Like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
what's
what
that
the
MacGuffin?
What
the
the
MacGuffin?
What the MacGuffin is?
I'm like,
that?
most
Oh,
people will
that's
hear
funny.
that and have absolutely no idea what that means. But some might,
Yeah.
and that's funny.
So next week, guys, we're back to the list. What do you think?
Are we?
We're
Okay.
doing the one that I haven't edited yet.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're putting that out one next. So, yeah, we're doing The Matrix next
The
week.
Matrix next week.